Greetings, Earthling from space. I hope you are all doing well. What's up, guys? Good to see you. Thank you for coming. We got Jeff Conkle in the house. Dave Sovereign Soul, PJ. Yeah, you're supposed to.
I can't do it properly. I can't just do it. It doesn't work properly with me.
And Roger, yeah, it's good to see you guys. By the
Hello,
way,
guys.
hope you guys are doing well.
What's he say when he does that? He goes, "Get old and have lots of babies."
Yeah, get old. Yeah, get old and don't have any kids.
I have a wonderful idea for a new invention. I'm going to make a non-spherical ball today. I'm going to do my damnedest to do it.
I want to know how that's going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll send another group of monkeys in. Yeah, sure they will.
Yeah.
Anybody out there?
A non-globular globe.
A non-globular globe.
What's up?
Hey, man. Yeah, how's it going?
Let's have some
Good. So, did you guys hear? We've got quite a lot of people going to come and teach us, prove to us about space.
Oh, how many?
Yeah, well, the votes are sitting on 46 votes, and is space real? Yes, and I will prove it to you, 43%. So that means there's like 22 votes about saying yes, they'll come and prove it. 54% say no, it violates natural law. Good on you guys, you understand that. And I'm unsure is 2%.
Oh, that's weird because I voted I could prove it.
2%. What's up,
I can prove it, man. I swear.
Okay, shit.
Sorry, I didn't get a chance to use that.
My youngest granddaughter has a glow in the dark light up cat bear dog. You ever seen this? And she's talking to it right now.
For sure.
Nice.
It's good to see you guys, by the way. I didn't realize I muted myself and put my camera off. I was talking. I was But you guys see any people come? Oh, there we got Misinformation Agent. He's going to teach you. He's going to prove space to us.
Oh,
hello,
nice.
Misinformation. How's it going?
Oh boy, I can't wait.
Yeah, I've been waiting all day for this. It's been at least a month he was here last. So.
I haven't had you since the video I did on you.
Hello, Misinformation Agent. Can you hear us?
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
The
mic is on.
The crap video he did on.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Mic is on.
Nominal.
Yeah. Nominal.
Conditions are nominal, right? And it's T-12. Nominal.
Yeah, remember, Nate is on Mars, guys, so I'm surprised that there's such good reception.
He's on Mars, but he doesn't want to be classed as a Martian. Okay?
Look, it's first human colonist on Mars can't be called a Martian. We have to
of course not. Of course not.
All right.
That's Elon Musk, isn't it?
No,
I thought it was Matt Damon.
Matt Damon's the first Martian. Yeah,
Well, if you ever read Project Mars from 1947, Elon was the commander of the first people who colonized Mars. It was written by Elon Musk. Warner von Braun, as he wrote.
Well, he did read the documentary The Jetsons.
Yeah.
So.
Got to have to actually grow something on a planet, eat and live on, and then you can be called that thing, that planet.
Yeah. Well, then what can we call the Chinese government then? Because they grew mushrooms on the dark side of the moon. Remember?
They did. Those are some killer mushrooms, dude.
And that benefits humanity how?
Exactly. Why would they claim something like that if you can't even harvest it? It's kind of
something so technical as well. Like with everything else they've got to worry about in space, they're growing mushrooms. It's mad.
I love, bro. best comedy is India's space agency. Their footage is even worse than China. It's worse than Japan. It's honestly the best. And there's videos of a bunch of people just like cheering on, just pure CGI, like WALL-E, not even WALL-E level. It looks like it's not even worse than Shrek. It's just like actual.
No, it's really bad.
Trash CGI.
Animation.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, the standards have really gone
honestly,
down. Yeah.
When I was a kid, I saw this movie. It was Robinson Crusoe on Mars.
What you doing, lady?
And the guy's air was starting to run out, but he found these air rocks, these rocks that produced air, and he could take it and breathe off of the rock and shit. Well, it was terrible. Not taking into account why is the guy's blood not boiling, because there's no air.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Skeptic. You know what?
Misinformation is I just want to say something fast. I don't want to talk over people. So when would you like to talk?
It doesn't usually.
Just told you talk, man. You're in here to come and present Space is Real.
Yeah.
Since we're on this little fake thing though, this is actually the first thing that brought me to Flat Earth.
As long as the information you present is better than the video you did on David.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, Skip? You haven't seen you in a while, man. What's up?
Yeah.
First thing my friend told me to do, he was a flat earther, he told me search up Earth from space and show me a real photo, or search up Sun from space and show me. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I actually got baffled. Or an even worse one for them is show me Antarctica on Earth from space.
Oh yeah.
There's zero.
Mm-hmm. I just have to point out misinformation. Usually it helps to actually talk if you want to prove your space. It helps to actually say something.
He's run out of content. He's just come to get some content, I think.
Did he? Does he want clips?
I'm waiting for him to present. Go ahead and present. I'm waiting.
He started a new show.
I want you to talk. If you're
I'm
not going
quiet.
to talk,
I'm muted.
I'm going to kick you because then it just means you had to troll.
I'm muted. Everybody mute up. Let this information agent guy go ahead. Show us your stuff, bro.
Brenda's in chat again, guys.
Sorry, I'll unmute for that one. No, thank you.
No,
really.
I'm sorry,
Vote
man.
1
Sorry.
if you want Brenda to come in. Vote 2 if we just say bye-bye, Brenda.
Bye, Brenda.
Bye, Brenda.
Bye, Brenda.
Bye.
You wanted the psychology channel. Go find that one, man. You need it.
It honestly feels weird because you guys hate on people that I don't even know. So it's like, well, it's not hate, but it's like, I understand.
No, it's not Brenda's
I
not
understand.
welcome here because
It's frustration.
that guy
It's frustration.
doesn't want to accept that the guy is not wanted here because that guy has an identity problem and that guy is pushing misinformation about people about that guy. I can't stress it enough. That is a guy that doesn't understand.
Is that the one with? Was that the one that we reacted?
This is the one that accuses Jesus of murdering babies with.
Yeah.
Brenda has no morals.
If you have no respect for Jesus, then I have no respect for him.
I'll tell you my main reason. My main reason is because that weirdo fucking dude has made it plainly apparent that their only goal is to try to get people to watch their channels and shit. So fuck you, Wiener Tucker. We don't have room for you.
No, it's proved it the other day. I mean, I'm 270 strong. I'm 270 strong of a channel subs. I started my live the other day. Brenda had already been to 5 other lives before me to try and get in. Couldn't, so decided to try me for the first time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to give him any airtime. He's not welcome. I mean, after
Doesn't Brenda?
shit that he did on my debate with him on Ozian.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
I would have Luco on 1,000 times before I had Brenda on one.
I feel like Ozian actually likes getting destroyed in debates because he constantly goes back to it. It's like an abusive relationship with these guys.
Yeah,
why do they keep on coming back?
They're all masochists, man.
Fucking sicko.
Yeah. So again, misinformation. I've given you more than your 5 seconds I said we'll give you.
He's
So
fixing his
are we
mic
going to
part,
say
mate.
bye
He's
to you
not
and open the panel for someone else?
fixing his mic, my butt. He's just waiting for some kind of content.
Did you say anything in comments in the back? You say anything?
That's all he can do.
Yes. Sorry,
He
I'm
just is
fixing my mic.
waiting for.
Oh yeah, wait,
people to-
weren't you gonna bring up misinformation agent
Oh,
because
he's
he was
fixing his
here?
mic apparently, guys.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll wait.
Have you got your finger on the button, Flats? Just
Why
in
do
case.
these guys always have such trouble with their cameras and mics? I don't get it. Aren't
Well,
they
they're the
supposed to be
smartest
all
people
know about
around,
science and all that? They're supposed to be all into science and techno geeks and all this shit, and
They're
not
the
one of
smartest people on the
them got a
planet.
working fucking camera
You
or a
can't-
microphone.
Hold on, wait.
Make
You
well
can't-
edited videos as well.
Saw, you can't compare a geek to a nerd. A nerd is actually smart. A geek just kind of knows things.
I'm
kinda
gonna
put
put
them all
Good
in
to see
the
you,
Yeah.
man.
basket.
Oh, Heavenly, the guy from last night
Oh.
wants to come in again.
1,
The guy
2.
that doesn't understand ball
Oh.
is spherical.
please.
Misinformation is talking. He got his mic
Green.
working.
Oh my
No,
goodness, I
can
love
hear
that
you.
guy.
Hello, misinformation. Hero.
We're here, Mister. Misinformation.
Thank you, Godzilla37, for your memberships. Really, really appreciate it. Gifted 5 memberships. You rock, man. Really appreciate all the support. You are awesome. Thank you, man.
I'll mute up. Hold on, so he can talk. I
No,
heard
you
him on
know,
his
we're
mic.
all mute up. We're all mute up. So even I'm going to.
I'm waiting, man.
Okay.
Do you know
Hey.
what that means in sign language, by the way?
No.
That's
What's
Earth.
it mean?
No, what it means.
Land the lunar aircraft.
Now he talks. Okay.
It means level.
Great. So you're gonna
Yeah.
press-
All right.
I-
Good job.
wait, Flat. Letzoid, do you want
Yeah, we
to
waited for you to talk.
come to a debate on MDD or something about space?
We're here right now.
No, but I don't need your support group for.
No, we won't give him support,
Are
dude.
you-
It's
sorry,
all
are
you
you
and him.
Okay, you know what? I've got an idea. You can choose
all you
any
and him.
one of us to talk to. The rest of us will keep quiet.
Yep.
Take your pick.
No, I mean, a month ago I asked you if you want to debate a specific topic
We're doing
about
it
the
now.
space,
Then
like
we're here now.
satellites
We're
or
doing it right now.
something specific.
You can do it
Doing
now.
it right now.
Right here.
Yo, sovereign clown, you know how to shut up when
Oi!
Hey, boy.
somebody
No,
else
no, no,
talks.
no.
Time wasting, man. Just
Yeah.
does he want
You're
to say
head homming, dude.
Can you? This is not that hard,
Hey, what's up?
okay?
What's up, Greed?
Hey, I
Hey.
wanna. Damn.
Don't start your crap misinformation.
So instead of moaning
yeah.
what a
So-
coward you are,
So,
probably just
Felzoid,
choose one of
Felzoid,
us you want to talk
Felzoid,
about.
I know
and the
it's
rest
your
will be quiet.
platform.
Okay.
Let me
you know
say,
what?
okay?
Sorry, insulting people left, right, and center means that you should just go. Thanks.
Yeah, dude.
Thanks.
We
but
don't
no
need it.
thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can't have a civil conversation.
Have fun.
Get
Yeah.
your voice.
Hold up, y'all. Go ahead, present your best evidence. You're right here, right now. Quit
I am
making
not
fucking
here to
excuses.
present evidence. I'm here to say something.
Well, go away then.
Shut the
Okay.
fuck up.
Anyway, I kicked him because he is here to just disrupt the show. Anyway,
Yeah.
How's it
It's
going,
fucking
Greed?
annoying, man. It's like a wind
I
up.
didn't
act,
like
isn't
how
it?
French you
Fine.
sounded.
Can you let me share screen? We're going to start by
you
showing
can
you
choose it.
something in particular related to the topic of yesterday, just for clarification, and then we move on to gas laws, right?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Gas laws.
Full
Yeah,
screen.
you want to do gas laws? That'd be cool.
No. You can just-
Well, as I said, and also I wanted to show this.
We're right to Google.
Yeah, Google tells the truth all the time.
First thing that appears when you Google that.
You know what closed surface means?
Dum 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 dum.
How is that? How do you
You
read
know
that?
what a surface is of a sphere?
A sphere is a surface.
No, a sphere is not a surface.
It
This
literally
is a
is.
sphere. Ball is spherical. Okay. The surface
Moreover,
of
you
a
have
sphere
also this citation right here.
doesn't
Notice-
make the sphere itself not a sphere and not three-dimensional.
Okay. Are you going to let me explain myself today? Because yesterday
got it
you
on
interrupted
screen.
me
That should
a
make your
total
point.
of
Well, that's not the topic
54
anymore.
times.
Yesterday,
Topic
you
space.
spoke
Nice.
most of the night.
Can I talk?
You spoke
Can I
most
talk?
of the night yesterday.
Can I talk? Thank you.
Go ahead.
Regardless of the choice of convention for indexing the number of dimensions of a sphere, the term spheres refers to the surface only. So the usual sphere is a two-dimensional surface. The colloquial practice of using the term sphere, colloquial practice, which is informal language, to refer to the interior of a sphere, is therefore discouraged. With the interior of the sphere,
Discouraged.
the solid sphere being more properly termed a ball.
This is just semantics.
It's not a ball then.
All you
This is a
yeah, we got a
semantics.
ball.
They were
Yeah, that's how they
arguing
get
with
you with
annoying.
their
No,
semantics
yesterday.
and their sophistry.
Quickly moving on. Is there air inside or is it solid?
Not a solid, but they are points, so
it's a
they
sphere
count.
then. Well done. Your own citation just told you.
No, I didn't
Anyway,
debunk myself
to the
with
next-
my own
to the
citation because the
next
points.
discussion. Space,
Can I
please.
talk? Can I
Space,
explain
please.
something, or are you going to talk
Yeah.
over me
No, we're
all
moving on
the
to
life?
space. The topic is space.
No, because you failed to address my point. At least,
I just
at
addressed
least
it.
admit
said
that you
that
were
ball
wrong.
is not a
Do what
sphere.
you want.
No, we're
Put
not
a
wrong.
citation up that showed this is a sphere. Next.
Which
Space.
isn't a sphere because you're including the points inside of that ball.
Is
Did he?
this
Stop your
hollow
chair.
inside
Class.
or is it? Or is it?
It isn't concave.
Great. So it's just the surface then.
No, because it isn't concave. Concave means that it doesn't have anything inside.
There's nothing inside. There's just air.
Air.
There's air outside as well.
Yes, but there's something inside. It's not a vacuum.
Like what? Oh, so it's contained.
Ooh.
Yes, yes, air can be contained.
Right, so this
Yes.
puts us back to our point on the topic. Can you show us gas pressure without containment, please?
The topic was if you can have an atmosphere in the first place, not if you can
No,
show
the
gas.
topic is
without
space.
containment.
No,
You have to
No,
contain gas to have an atmosphere. Are you like
Yes, but
You
you know,
Yes.
you know what the argument in the first place is. First of all, what is an ideal gas? Let's start by the basis of this
Oh, Lord.
stuff.
okay? You know what? This is not your show.
Well, we have to start somewhere because we aren't going to
Let's
go
start
anywhere if we don't
somewhere.
define even an ideal gas.
We started long before you come, yeah.
we did start somewhere. We asked you to demonstrate gas pressure without containment, please.
And we need to define first an ideal gas because you're going to see how the definition of ideal gas neglects gravity by definition.
Gravity.
but
Oh, there we go.
sorry. You do know your atmospheric pressure is based on the ideal gas.
It's
Well,
approximated.
what is it?
All
Hold on,
ideal,
wait,
ideal
Reed,
gases don't exist.
Reed, let
They
me
don't
ask you a
exist.
question.
Yes, they do.
Reed, let me ask
yeah.
you a question.
No, they
What
don't.
is
They
an
are
un- What is
hypothetical.
an unideal gas? What is a non-ideal
Any
gas?
gas that exists is an ideal.
Okay, so
Any
there,
gas.
so there's no differentiation then. There is no two different kinds of gases, right?
Yes, non-ideal gases and ideal gases. Ones are
What are
hypothetical
non-ideal
and the other
gases?
ones exist.
What
What's
are
the difference?
non-ideal
Gases that
gases?
exist. Gases
Well,
that
then
exist
why don't-
are non-ideal.
Okay, I can ask you, is
Oh.
nitrogen ideal or just a gas?
Not ideal. No gas that exists
Is
is
there nitrogen
ideal.
in the atmosphere?
Yes,
Okay, is argon a real gas or an ideal gas?
it isn't an ideal gas. Also.
But is it in the atmosphere?
Yes,
Okay, how about oxygen?
isn't either.
It's
But
not in the
yet they're
atmosphere.
all
Can you
based
go
on
to the
ideal
point,
gas laws.
please? And stop asking questions.
But they're
Main
based on
point.
ideal gas law, though, in your atmosphere. Why is
No,
that?
you approximate the behavior of gases using the ideal gas.
No, why
law.
is it approximated for ideal?
Yes, because the name itself is saying ideal. It's a construction,
Why
an
is it
hypothetical
approximated
construction.
Using the ideal gas laws.
Sorry,
He
what?
wants to talk
I was
about the
talking-
English language and not science. This is the thing. It's
Yeah,
like
he's not gonna
dancing
prove
away
anything.
from the facts and basically arguing about what words in English language mean, and we know the English
No, I'm
language.
not. I'm
is
not
about-
asking
is
that.
about-
I am
I haven't
asking
finished,
about
man.
the
I
postulates
haven't
of
finished, man.
what a gas
I
is.
haven't finished speaking. We know the
Go-
English
go ahead,
language
go
is
ahead.
about
Say
casting.
stupid
Don't
stuff.
speak over me.
Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
haven't finished my sentence.
Don't get angry. Don't get
I
angry.
haven't
Okay.
finished
Go
my
ahead.
sentence.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And we know the
I've
English
muted it.
language is about casting spells, don't we? And that's what you're trying to do, dancing away from the facts. Like, why don't you just answer the question? Because you can't, basically. So that's, So thank you for letting me finish my point.
Yeah.
There we
What
go.
did I say in response to flat side?
I asked you a specific question and you don't answer. Instead of answering, you want to ask me questions in return.
Did
This
you
is exactly
hear
what
me?
you did last night, because what you did last night as well is you don't want to accept the definition for what it is, so you want to make up your own bullshit.
I literally accepted the definition by what it is. What did I say? What was my argument? Did you hear what I said in the first place?
You said it's not real because it's ideal gas.
Yes. What's the problem with that?
I said you agreed with me that there are real gases. They just use ideal gas law because they need to use it for calculations. Do you know why
Yes.
this is? I asked you a very specific question. Do you know why that is?
Yes, because we try to approximate the behavior of gases. We cannot.
Because we live in a,
Perfectly
because we live in a
predict
dynamic system. It's a mixture of different gases
Yeah.
with an environment that's changing constantly. That's why they need to approximate it using the ideal gas. That's why your atmospheric pressure is based on the ideal gas law. That doesn't make the gas now not ideal. Doesn't make the gas now ideal. There are still real gases that apply to real gas laws.
Do you know what an approximation is? Why we use them
It's a
in the first
calculation.
place? It is a result of a calculation. But an approximation is used when you don't want to do the whole process because the amount of processing power that you need in order to produce a result is too great. If you were to include not only electrostatic forces between particles of gases, but also gravity, you would need a supercomputer to even run a simulation of a cubic centimeter of gas, because there are millions and millions of gas particles.
You know what I just hear? Excuses because I can't demonstrate my claim.
Did you
And
even
we don't talk
understand my
about
point?
fairy tales like gravity around here. There's you have to prove gravity first, dude. I'm sorry.
Ideal gases do
no,
not
I-
exist in the first place.
Just prove gravity to us, and then you can add it to your equation. There is no such thing as the force of gravity, and even your boys say this.
Let's go through Cavendish if we want.
Oh, let's go to Cavendish. Sure.
problem.
Break it down.
Who wants to
What
break
is
up
your
Cavendish
experiment?
with him? Who wants to take Cavendish with him?
What is your main issue?
No, Creed. Wait, Creed. Choose any one of us to talk to you about Cavendish. How's that? The rest of us will keep quiet.
Okay, go ahead, Flatside. Let's start by your main issues regarding Cavendish.
No, you're the one who made a claim about Cavendish. What about Cavendish is your claim? Then we can
No,
break it from there.
the experiment itself already
An
exists.
experiment.
Yes, it
Not
is.
an experiment.
Yeah, that's not an experiment, dude.
First of all, an experiment doesn't prove causality. It only debunks it or rebuts it, because correlation does not imply causation.
Hold on, Greed. What
Oh,
comes
Jesus
before-
Christ.
What comes
Wow.
before an experiment? What comes before an experiment?
You don't need a natural observation. in
No,
the first
no.
place.
What comes before an
No, you don't.
experiment?
Yes, you
What
do, dude.
comes-
I know what you're going to say, and you don't need that.
What?
Why?
comes
You don't need
before
observation. It's the first part of science.
Yeah.
The observation.
Any
When have anyone ever observed two masses drawing toward one another? When?
any hypothetical that you want.
No,
can
no,
analyze
not
it in any way.
hypothetical.
No.
When ever in history has anyone ever witnessed two objects drawing closer together?
Can I explain my point? Why
No, I want you
those
to answer the fucking question.
The question is wrong because you don't
No,
need
it's
an
not
observation
wrong.
in the
It's
first
a
place.
question. When has anyone ever observed masses attracting each other?
Well, questions can be wrong. If I ask you, how do you stop being homosexual? It is a wrong question.
When has anyone ever observed objects drawing near to one another? When has anyone ever observed masses attracting each other? When has this ever been observed? We have to have this observation before we can conduct an experiment. So
and I am saying that is wrong.
Observed?
No, you're working with a fallacy, sir. You're working with a fallacy.
No.
Can I quickly explain why he's saying this, Creed? Because the problem is, when you have an hypothesis, you first have to have observed natural phenomena. Because if you don't have observed natural phenomena, you don't know what to observe. You don't know what to create a hypothesis for, because your hypothesis is simply your cause for an effect. If you haven't observed that effect, you can't make a claim on what the cause is for that effect observed. So he's asking you simply, first step, what is the observation for mass attracting mass? Then we can move on to hypothesis and then experiment. So, step 1, have we ever observed mass attracting mass?
Can I explain why it is wrong, or are we going to just assume you need an observation?
It's a question.
Have we ever observed it?
But the premise is wrong.
Why?
No,
How is it?
How is it wrong?
The premise is wrong because science doesn't only deal with causality. It also deals with facts about nature, which mustn't be about causality. For example, really easy example.
When has anyone ever observed the phenomenon you're fucking experimenting for? Jesus
Christ. If you keep over talking me, I won't answer any question. If you keep over talking me.
We're gonna make this simple. We're gonna make this simple. It's a yes or no. Okay? Do you ever observe mass attracting mass in nature?
Neither yes nor no. There's no answer to that question because you don't observe masses. Masses are numbers that are related to the inertia of a body. You don't observe them.
It's going to go nowhere.
So basically, you don't have shit to prove your argument, right? You just made up.
No, the question doesn't make any sense. What is a mass?
To a wall.
Define a mass in the first place.
Resistance to inertia.
And I will show you why it doesn't make any sense, that question.
Resistance to inertia.
Oh, resistance to inertia. Do you observe resistance to inertia, which is a value, a number?
Yes, yeah. This is resistance to inertia. There's a mass.
That is a qualitative thing. That's not a quantitative thing, which is mass.
Inertia? Has it got inertia right now? Is it moving?
It depends on the frame of reference that you take.
Oh.
No, it's not.
It's
literally sitting still. It's
just if you
rest.
If you were inside of a train, I couldn't tell that.
I'm not in a train. I'm sitting on the ground in my room. I'm on a chair in my house that's stationary on the observed stationary plane. So can you tell me?
No, you're on.
Is this mass?
Yeah, we are.
Observing acceleration to another mass.
But you just begged the question that the Earth is flat.
No, you.
No, we don't beg questions.
You first said that we don't observe mass. Okay, so this is made of mass.
We got pictures of it.
Everything is mass. Everything that has substance has mass. You would agree.
It is made of mass. Therefore, when you observe that object, you observe mass. Is that your argument?
Would be mass. In other words, by default, this mass object made of mass will be attracted to this object made of mass, according to you. Correct?
Yes, exactly. That's the argument.
Observe. Okay, so where do we observe them, please?
Yeah.
You must observe objects moving. That's all. Not masses attracting masses. Because you're trying to give an explanation for that. Can I explain at least one point before being interrupted? It's crazy. They cannot finish one point.
You can't answer a direct question.
Okay, I kicked him. The guy's a dishonest punk. He doesn't want to actually be honest. If you're asking him a simple question, he refuses to answer it. He wants to ask you a question in return.
Tell you the question.
The guy plays semantics because he knows he has nothing. This is
question's wrong based on the
He was just basically stroking himself all the time. That's all he was doing.
Yeah. So anybody that actually is honest and actually wants to have a proper conversation and not just waste people's time, the link is above. Thank you.
I don't think they can do it. I don't think they can do it. That's a challenge. That's a fucking challenge. The only one we've seen that come up that was
That lady
actually,
yesterday.
yeah, that girl that come up yesterday, man. It's like
It's
the
try.
the rest of these guys are just little demonic pricks. They can't answer a simple question. All I did was have anyone ever observed this phenomenon? It's a simple yes or no question, right?
Instead,
he
he
didn't
moaned
want to
about it.
answer it because then it destroys his fucking Cavendish argument. See?
Yeah, I actually don't know why it
The
was
question
funny
is-
yesterday, but
I
this
hear-
time,
Agreed.
This
No
time-
one ran away from you, man. You ran away because every time we asked you to answer something, you refused to do so.
Yeah.
No, because I'm buying one.
But
the guy said,
but-
I'll leave.
It's like, but let me ask you. Yeah, I mean,
Like, as if it's not your show that he came into.
it's like this is how idiotic it is. Please, he makes a claim, mass attracts mass. I say, okay, so show that observation doesn't. There's no such thing as observation. Okay, but you're saying this is mass and this is a mass and they're attracting. Yes. Okay, so can you observe it to me? No, you guys are just over talking me. It's like, do we observe mass attracting mass? Oh, you guys are over talking me. You're being mean to me.
I think his brothers must be the other deadly sins, you know, like envy, sloth, and pride.
I knew he was going to go there. He's got a lot of pre-assumptions. Gravity was the first one. He brought Cavendish right up. Like, I know where we're going here. He's got all these pre-assumptions with no proof of any of them, and that's the way they operate. Man.
Heavenly virtue of greed.
That's a very bad, weird name.
Yeah, it is.
Huh?
I mean, really, that's a virtue to be immersed into worldly things above the soul. Wow, you're a real moron, dude.
Not
Are
a
they in
good
chat or
start for
something?
space. You guys,
No.
Nobody's not a good start for proving your space, by the way.
Not a
You
bit.
might want to get someone that can actually converse normally and actually, talk normal.
No, but like, Brain expected flats to be quiet.
What is normal?
I know.
That's a good
On our own
question.
show, yeah.
Yeah, I know it's like he wanted just to take over. It's his lecture. Now let me talk. I want to talk to my class.
Sean G says, let's talk about AE map and observation. That's not space, man. But you're more than welcome to come in and present space to us if you want to.
You know, I get why though they go to other arguments is because, like, yeah, they probably studied other arguments more. And they just don't know much about space.
Well,
Well, I gotta
debatable. These asking is
How can you know something about something that doesn't exist?
Yeah,
Because
debatable.
they have books, right?
Yeah, debatable. These ask, is anybody excited about the new Alien movie Romulus? I
Is
don't
there a new
know
one?
because
I would
the last
go.
Alien movie, the last Alien movie put such a high bar. You know what I mean? You're gonna expect this one to be as good, and I don't know. It might be put like a letdown.
I mean, from the aliens, it was. I mean, the first two, brilliant. After that, not so good. And the Alien versus Predators, and then you've got Prometheus, and then the one after Prometheus, the prequel to even Prometheus. Can't remember the name of it. And now this one, Prometheus, and then the prequel. I mean, Prometheus in itself was a prequel, but then you had the sequel, to Prometheus, not the prequel to Prometheus. It was the sequel, Prometheus.
Yeah,
And now
it makes me wonder.
It's
I'm confused. What are you talking about?
completely different movies.
Alien the movie.
Alien and Prometheus.
Prometheus.
Completely different movies. They shouldn't be part of the same law, in my opinion. Anyway.
They made it that way though, dude. But I wonder where they filmed that, dude. That's awesome the way that their sets were.
Called a pre-sequel.
A pre-sequel.
Pre-sequel.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a pre-sequel because it's a prequel.
Coming out of
sequel to
Hollywood
the
as
prequel.
What's that one they got where there was like these this old Aztec tomb that they find?
Yeah, that's Alien.
That had the eggs in it. and
That's
shit?
Alien versus Predator. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the last one. Yeah, that was good. Where he like at the beginning, he's like this white alien, and he like breaks apart and falls into the ocean.
I think there's another one though. I think it's on Hulu. I think it's called Prey.
Yeah.
Prey, yeah.
Alien versus Predator one.
Oh, really?
3 or 4 Alien versus Predator one.
This is as close to space as we can get, right? Alien the movie.
I'll tell you
We'll
what.
come up here and debate why your favorite Star Wars character is better than mine. And I will.
When that movie Alien first came out, my dad and my brother and I went to the theater to see it. And when that thing popped up out of that dude's chest, man, everybody in that freaking audience screamed. And you know, they did that. The camera, did you know the rest of the cast didn't even know that that was going to happen? So those looks of surprise are genuine.
Genuine, yeah. A lot of people do that. A lot of directors do.
Yeah, well, look at Stanley Kubrick. He like slap. Well, no, not Stanley Kubrick. It's when they were doing The Exorcist, the movie. William Blatty or whatever. Was he the writer? William Blatty. Sorry,
I can't remember.
Friedkin or whatever. One of the ones did the movie anyway. And he slapped her, didn't he? He slapped her across the face. You know what I mean? I mean, now we get done with
nice.
assault.
Did you know that George Lucas told Carrie Fisher that you're not supposed to wear underwear because there's no underwear in space?
Oh, really? He's a pervert, dude.
He is a pervert.
What?
Told the Fisher girl not to wear underwear because they don't wear underwear in space.
Yeah, so guys, Sean G is in chat. And as
You
far
gotta
as
love
I
a good old pervert, though, right?
So, Sean G, you are able to come in and present space is real, or even Debatable D, man. Maybe you can come in tonight.
But maybe they like Craig and McToon did, and like say you can't dispute these pictures. They're real.
He told us that we had
Problem with Hollywood, all the new Hollywood movies, they're all garbage. There's nothing like
you noticed.
Unique about them. There's nothing. It's garbage.
Yeah, but you know what's happened to it? It's become so woke that it's become just propaganda.
Exactly. Absolutely.
It's just become propaganda.
I love Doctor Who, and it's just.
You should probably call it sleep.
I only watch Doctor Who.
Sleep woke.
You really have to search up an article just to find.
Yeah. 25 space conspiracies debunked.
This is more than globe. This is more than
wait.
globe proofs. The most I could find was 10 for the globe. Let's see.
Yeah. So this is space.com, guys.
Oh, let's go.
I subscried there.
Official.
They're on my
Let's see.
Too many
Facebook.
shadows, man.
Number one,
shadows,
the
man.
Apollo moon landings were faked.
I'm kidding.
No way.
Okay, let's see
Who
how they're
didn't
going to
know that?
But let's
How
see
they
how
gonna prove
Does
it?
anybody here not know that?
Let's see what the proof evidence is.
Yeah, well, let's see what it is.
But let's see. Remember, they're claiming it's debunked. Okay, a total of 12 astronauts walked on the moon during NASA's Apollo missions in the 1960s and 1970s. That's just a claim. That's not debunking anything. Okay.
So far.
Yeah. So 12 NASA astronauts walked on the moon. Blah blah blah. And the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter has since released photos of the landing sites in the decades of Apollo 11. Astronauts' first foot set on the moon. Many theories have been put forward claiming that the whole Apollo program was staged. Why are there no stars in the sky in the moonwalkers' photos? Why are the US flags fluttering in the surface? Why do you see footprints in the pictures but no marks from the lunar modules and landed there? The answers to this question are simpler than you think. There are no stars in the sky, the same reason you don't see stars during the day on Earth, according to NASA. Tell that to the astronauts that keep making contradictions because they
They do or they don't.
Yeah, some say they do, some say they don't, some say that it looks like sheen, velvet, and but hey,
Or it's the blackest black you've ever seen.
Story, right?
Yeah, the blackest black you've ever seen, and then it cuts right to we can see Milky Way galaxies and stuff.
So
Don Pettit. There you go.
See, it's only through the optics, though. We can only see it through the optics.
we got Stry in the house. How's it going?
Oh, hi. I mean, I probably shouldn't be here because I'm not actually here to present evidence for space, but no one else is joining. So
No worries. Good to have you in there.
No problem.
So I just want to know, why would everyone fake space? They just give us all these pictures, but why? It costs money.
Cha-ching.
$1 million a day.
Cha-ching,
Yeah.
cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching,
Yep.
cha-ching.
I don't know if it
NASA's
costs
budget.
money.
That's why.
I mean,
That's a good enough reason, right? $78 billion a year. Yeah, I think it would.
It'd be enough for me.
What do you think they're actually using the money for then?
Black
Ops.
Yeah, and pay their lawyers after they get sued by
Or just
astronauts.
pocket change. I mean, they're criminals.
Remember, it's mostly just
Money's a
about
god to
control,
people, It doesn't matter what they spend it on. They just want more of it.
They use a lot of the money though to steal patents.
There are artists
That's another one.
that aren't in NASA but can draw but can paint a perfect globe off of the images they already gave them, and there are photoshoppers who can perfectly remake the images, just like different ones in their own planets and stuff. So clearly, it doesn't cost that much if
Clearly, it costs pennies.
If you think about how much they're spending, for instance, to build a rocket, they make much more than what they're spending.
Oh, much, yeah.
You know what I mean? So the thing is, it's seen as an investment, you could say.
Can I say something right quick? Yeah, the town I live in here in Denver, the biggest industry they have here is a thing called Mirax, and they make satellite and rocket parts. They pay a lot of the salaries in this town, and the politics are run with that money. That's where a lot of NASA's money goes. All that big budget, it goes into the local politicians that live in the towns that support the space race. So that's where the money goes.
I also think it's just ultimately Darwinistic and atheistic. Well, not atheistic, but like nihilistic. Sorry, yeah, it would be nihilistic because the whole idea of space and never expanding. You don't have to, I don't have to explain it again. I think you know why space can be seen as nihilistic, at least from some worldviews. Not saying that all people that believe in space and the globe are nihilistic. I'm saying that that's some of the, that's the logical conclusion.
It seems to be futile. There's no point in it. I mean.
I'll go out and say
nihilistic towards that.
Because even if you make a serious impact on Earth, you didn't make a serious impact on the universe. You didn't make a serious impact on the whole grand scale.
Stratolocus. Is that a Greek name?
Oh my God.
Is that a what?
A Greek name.
No, it's something I made up.
It looks like
Nice.
To me, it looks like S try to like us. That's what it looks like to me.
Try to like us. Yeah, it sounds like Greek.
Try to like us.
Well, I like Nathan's explanation for a lot of their stuff. Like it's a fear cell. If you're afraid of the vacuum of space, and they push it in psychology too. Money goes to the institutions too, like the psychology and nut houses where they consider people are crazy that deny stuff like space and the whatnot. They've been doing it for years. They rubber jacket.
So on the True Earth Wiki, there's a whole section in there, and you can actually look at a NASA slideshow presentation as to where the money actually goes, and it goes to development of things to harm you, like smart dust and surveillance systems and active denial systems and directed energy weaponry and things like that. They're not really that whole little monkey show. That's justified thought. It's not real. What they do is they're still
but let's for instance, I got a parallel where I can explain why there was like North Korea with Kim Jong-un.
Mm-hmm.
How much money do they spend with their propaganda to make sure no Western movies and things get presented to their people? They even they literally go and remake movies, popular movies, with their communist propaganda in there.
Yeah.
They spend more money on just that propaganda alone. Why? Because they are controlling the masses.
Right.
So why is it plausible for globalists to accept that North Korea is able to do that to thousands and thousands of people or millions of people, but NASA's not able and governments aren't able to do that to the rest of the sheeple?
There's no reason I can think of. I don't see why they wouldn't do it. They had a chance to.
If anything, third world countries would be the most corrupted because they have the most prosperation. They're the ones that would be most likely infiltrated by other people with different beliefs or agendas.
Your mind is fucked with from the time you get up to the time you go to bed, and then the subconscious works on you from all the shit that you've taken in through the day. Okay? Governo mentis. This is the root Latin for government, which means control of the mind. Okay, this is what you have to understand. Keeping the people placated and in a state of belief. God fucking damn it.
Space is nothing more than just bread and circus.
Yeah.
Essentially.
I'm not surprised nobody's come in yet with any space proof. I think we've asked for the impossible, gentlemen.
Well, we got the article up, and so far the article saying it's debunked because astronauts.
Okay.
But didn't Buzz Aldrin kind of come out and like say it 3 times, and now they're saying he's demented?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, he's just old now, and he's got dementia and stuff. So.
Buzz Lightyear said it was fake as well.
But yeah. The next
Let's go back to the article.
Yeah, so US flags. Sorry?
Wait. If NASA needs to get money for Black Ops, why is the government choosing such an extravagant way to do it? Can't they just make all the money disappear and say, sorry, we're not allowed to tell you where this goes?
They tried that, and they get caught doing it. Congress will actually hold them accountable for the money they do spend. And if the people want it, they have to do it. It's easier to make a fairy tale up and then just say, "Oh, we're using it for this."
Yeah, the one thing, the way propaganda is used as a tool is to condition people. So, if you are conditioned to behave a certain way, they need people to be zombies. They need them to say, if they say jump, you got to say how high. So obviously, money is not going to be an issue for them, because if they have a agenda at the end of the day and a set goal, and they know the economy is going to crash, so why do they have to worry about how much it's going to have to spend on it?
And ultimately, there's a spiritual and evil spiritual side to these things. You know, there's a hierarchy, isn't there? And
exactly.
To us, I mean, through our faith in Christ, we know there's Satan. I mean, we just need to look at this world just to know Satan rules it.
And it's better to get consent by proxy.
Also, because off of space, you can just make so much stuff. I mean, look at what's been made about space. I mean, come on.
You got a limitless set, dude. You can make anything up, and it not be real.
Let me get the whole Star Wars Lego set because UFOs and aliens are cool. Because I mean, of course, it has to be extraterrestrial life. Space is real, right? I mean, it's not like there's any person that's for space that is opposed to extraterrestrial life besides like Christians or any religious value people.
Well, let's try. Do you believe in aliens?
I mean, they probably do exist out there by sheer probability, but I know you guys don't because space is fake.
Exactly.
That's what I do believe that. I do believe that people have these alien encounters without a doubt, but I just don't believe they're aliens. I believe that they're demonic. They believe they're aliens, but I do believe have these things.
I told her
to them.
I said that they were demons yesterday, but I think the reason that Flat was asking that because it just illustrates the point that I mean, it's like you said, it's out of sheer possibility. I mean, I don't blame you for that. I believe the same stuff. Right? So it's like
because when it comes to this like fear porn, like world can end tomorrow because of an asteroid or aliens could abduct us. Aliens can come and just demolish Earth because they are so much more superior to us or whatever. Us flat earthers are just laugh at it and say, but you guys are literally ignoring natural law. That you're claiming this fear that's possible is violating natural law is fine. When you're not looking at, okay, let's laugh at that idiocy because they can't prove it to happen. If you can prove that you can violate natural law, then fine. Then go. Then we can move on to your aliens or comets or whatever you want to claim. Asteroids is going to demolish Earth.
That was a beautiful point, Flashlight. I was going to say something right quick. It just came to me. Like, imagine the amount of fear you would have if you actually literally believe there's alien life on another planet. And it could come here at any point in time and do anything. It had ultimate power.
Yeah, this is why we talk about Operation Bluebeam. Strive, if you're not familiar with Operation Bluebeam, it's an operation or like I'm pretty sure it's declassified government documents, right? Mm-hmm. Where they essentially lay out how how they will essentially put like a hologram into the sky of like Jesus or aliens or some other figure and basically fake an alien invasion to bring peace, I guess. Bring peace. Bring peace is in quotations. Really, it's like bring people to.
Only we had an outside force to bring us together.
Here's the patent that they claim they can use for Project Bluebeam. It's a laser beam pattern projector. But they actually go and they say they claim it and project it into the sky and have any anomaly they want to. That's why I also laugh when they like bring up UFO sightings and all that. How do you know it's just not a projection?
Yeah.
That's why I say even the Starlink you see. How do you know the ISS? It could just be a holographic projection.
Yeah, it's probably the bad signal.
Yeah, I mean, this technology has been around for years and years and years now, decades.
Well, I think it's just like incredible if they had like ultimate weapons, they could just
but what about
annihilate mankind out of it,
Okay, a perfect example of something. I don't talk much, so I'm just going to say this thing is okay. The ISS, every time someone tries to zoom in on that object, it's all distorted and all messed up. Yet you can zoom in on the moon, which is 233,000 kilometers away, and you get clarity.
But atmospheric refraction only works with tin cans falling,
Oh,
round balls. Yeah,
I forgot about that.
But Flatoid, the moon pictures have parallel rays, and they couldn't have had big lamps with parallel rays in that time, right?
Yeah.
It must have been coming from the sun.
But you know what's funny about that, though? They always claim you don't get atmospheric refraction about 15 degrees above Earth's surface, okay? But we can look at the moon and the ISS 90 degrees. And then we see that distortion. Sometimes it actually looks like there's waves going across the moon even.
It does. There is a lunar wave that people catch, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, even Crow's got it, documented several times over, right? Crow 777, right? He did a documentary. He got awards for it too for some reason. I don't know why.
I haven't watched Crow for ages.
I don't know, man. I'm a little skeptical. I'm a little
skeptical of Crow's work.
I was just saying, man. There's a lot of promotion going on.
Oh yeah, he gets a lot of money for it.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of shill behavior lately that we all have to be very wary of, which is unfortunate, guys, because there is a lot of infiltration into the flat Earth, which shows you that the flat Earth is a threat, because there wouldn't be so much infiltration and all this nonsense trying to push flat Earth straw men and stuff if it wasn't a threat.
Yeah. I mean, as well, and that's how the devil works, like the truth comes along first. one of the biggest truths come along in a while, flat Earth.
No.
Now that has to get corrupted. Now there's upward rising flat Earth and flying pizzas in space and all these kind of different types of flat Earths, So,
and upward rising sheds.
I just want to ask in chat. We got Blood always finds its level. He used to be a flat earther, okay?
Yeah.
And then one day he just went off the rails and started claiming it's a deception. So I want to ask him, would he mind coming in and actually explaining to us how flat Earth is the deception? Because he's claiming, because he is a Christian as far as I know, and he is claiming flat Earth is somehow deception, which means he's not really reading his Bible.
Strange one.
Oh, by the way, tomorrow night I am debating PhD candidates on biblical cosmology. So it's going to be a special debate tomorrow night. It's going to be quite exciting.
Nice.
The debate the chat that was supposed to be with KIC and Josh tomorrow night has been moved to Sunday at 6 a.m. Central African time. So that's going to be exciting as well. But I will have an after show tomorrow, guys. So.
What? I don't know why.
Oh, nice.
I found this video from 5 years ago. I was looking through it, and one of the. Oh wait, never mind. All right, I'm just gonna send a video for it. It's like a quick 3-minute video.
Sorry, what's happening again tomorrow? Flats, what are you doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow night, normal time, 9 o'clock, I'm going to have a debate.
You're having a debate.
PhD candidate, and then when that's over, I'll have an after show.
Is it?
And you guys are all there.
Is it on another platform, on your channel?
Yeah.
Oh, it's yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's just not going to be open for panel for the debate. That's the only thing.
Yeah, of course.
Because, they're always like, oh, you guys are going to gang up on me.
Are you? No. I wouldn't do that. Have you heard from Otten Ra? Any of his trolls or anybody lately?
I still get hate mail from those people. You're just a moron.
So you don't need a moderator. Moderate yourself.
Notice that Otten Ra still hasn't backed up his claim that you can't present anything that's not created. Creation doesn't exist.
Yeah, my grandkids know better than that, and they're 4 or 5 too.
Otten Ra is just a big fail.
I think it's 9 p.m. Pacific time. Godzilla. So it's gonna be a nice early show for me. It'll be 6 a.m.
Oh Lord.
But it'll be fine. I mean, my children usually wake me up at like 6:30, so.
Oh, Lord.
It's normal.
Lord.
Okay, want to get back to the article, or do you have anything you want to add?
All right. There you go.
Okay. Anyway, U.S. flags planted into the lunar soil had metal rods sewn into them to appear as they were moving. According to NASA, without these wires, the flag would have hung straight down, making it pretty lackluster photograph. That's total bullshit.
What?
Wait, what?
And I'm rubbish.
How much gravity?
What's different? But isn't that the way all flags look on Earth? So why would it matter?
How much gravity is supposed to be on the
You
lunar
can't
surface?
add that. You can't add that. Sorry.
Yeah, but how much gravity is supposed to be on the lunar surface, guys?
What did I say? It's 1/6
of gravity,
or whatever. Yeah, 1/6 of Earth. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is just a cop-out excuse again.
Okay, guys. I'm going to leave now. Have fun.
Yeah.
Alright.
Thanks for coming. Bye.
Thanks for coming.
Sisters. But I mean, I saw, who was it? Apollo Detectives, where they showed the flag being wet.
Yeah, that's right.
Totally soaked.
Wet, yeah.
Which, what happens in a vacuum again to liquids?
They boil.
They gas out. Yeah.
They don't get out gases, so then it wouldn't be wet anymore.
No.
Huh. That's also why I laugh when they say, "Oh, we find water on the
Muggy,
moon."
maybe. Might be a little muggy.
On a piece of rock in a vacuum.
Yeah.
How?
And how do you have a vacuum in 1/6 gravity? That's my question.
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
Guys, it's all just stories. But I mean, what they brought up here, has it debunked anything?
I mean,
No,
why
not yet.
why do the astronauts appear slow? I mean,
Because it's 1/6
Right,
gravity, so they should be faster.
they should be a lot
They
faster.
slow the camera down and
Got less friction.
It's the film.
Yeah,
Wow.
I saw someone actually replicate that movement, and they just changed the
Oh,
frame
easy.
rate of the cameras,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then it gave that exact same movement.
Yeah.
It's the frame rate.
Weird, huh? It's like they faked it. Yeah.
Almost.
Nah. Why would they do that?
It's like 2001: A Space Odyssey. Space Odyssey came out a year before it, and they did way
Yeah.
better.
Yeah,
they
the
did
representation of 0G.
Better than-
Yeah.
Okay, next
Well,
one.
it's gotta-
NASA is a
This
lie.
is Movie Buster.
Sorry, NASA's not a lie. NASA lies.
Is it?
There's a difference.
Yeah.
I don't know if you
They
guys
never-
also realized all the NASA symbolism is very occultic.
Really?
Oh, yeah,
Ever
absolutely.
wonder why that is?
They're casting spells, man.
Well, first of all, NASA
literally means to deceive.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they say. And it's got like 6 different meanings to it, doesn't it?
We've
And
got another
it's
globe in the house,
No,
guys.
if you look in the Bible reference, it says it right there that word means deceive.
Yeah, we've
It
got
has any
another
other
globe.
definition.
I've seen
If
that.
you-
This is the one it called. This is the one it called this morons backstage. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, FE. You're talking to the so-called morons. How you doing?
anybody here?
You got your finger on your.
Yeah, I've got it ready there. Hello, FE.
You got to talk into the mic, man.
Well, let's do it this way because then they can't see me backstage. That's a bit better. So, FE, you have anything to say? I guess not.
Okay. Another one of those mute ones, huh?
Take care now.
Important though, I'm sure.
Why do these people have so much freaking problems with their cameras and their mics?
He wasn't some
Because they are all very intelligent. Because they're very
You
intelligent.
guys are bullies. That's what it is. You guys are so bullyish. Oh my god.
He's not some you.
No, man, they're intelligent. And
Pick on
everyone's
me.
intelligent struggles with mics and cameras.
They just said they're not real.
Speaking of mics and cameras, I'll have a computer by the end of next week.
Woohoo! Well done.
Hey, and a mic and a camera. Yeah. I'm not going to mention any names or anything, but I have a person helping me out. Shush.
Just getting a ZX Spectrum.
Hey, get that baby.
Why you lie?
I'm not lying.
Say hi, Miss Rose. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
She's going off.
Got a lot to say.
I got the grandkids today, so I'm sorry.
Why you
You're
lie?
If
Lying about what?
Yeah, Iffy, why don't
What?
you talk? Because you are in.
Did you hear my grandbaby? She was talking.
Everybody keeps talking. He doesn't give it a chance for him to.
Okay, no,
Okay, go ahead.
What do you say?
kicked him out. He even
I'm going to mute.
insulted Roger's grandchild. So he is out, guys. He even insulted Roger's grandchild.
Yeah, you don't
Okay.
talk
Oh,
about
what a prick.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, what did he say about my grandkid?
It's
No,
even
he
your
just
grandchild
thinks,
is sad.
this guy thinks that baby babble is a baby being sad or something.
Dude, that's got to go.
Like that's
She's playing with stuff. She's trying to get my phone, trying to turn me off. She's having fun
I
though.
want attention now.
Yeah, she's getting it.
Yep.
So yeah. Anyway, let's get back to the thing. Some people actually believe NASA's whole function is not to explore space. No shit, Sherlock. Space is fake. It violates natural law. But to generate space-related hoaxes. No, that's not actually true. The Apollo moon landing is a famous example that we'll explore the next slide. People who believe this conspiracy
You'll get down?
hashtag NASA hoax on social media will say that amazing space pictures of Mars, Pluto, and even Earth are fake, computer-generated imagery. NASA themselves say it's CGI, mate. It's Photoshop because it has to be.
that's the best quote.
It has to.
I've got.
But it's like puzzle pieces, though. It's like they just the plant's so big, so they have to
string them all together because they're all in the road.
Yeah, that's why I mean, to be fair
Copy
enough,
and paste trees here and there.
I did see one thing with like beach ball and like at different angles. That's why the continents apparently change in other pictures. Do you know anything about that, Fatsoid?
Oh yeah.
We had to get the shadowing to look right.
Oh yeah.
Because apparently it's with angle distortion or something.
Yeah, it's forced perspective.
Yeah.
I watched Sam and Dan.
You can get that that effect with different apertures and things and zoom, but it doesn't line up with the photos they're showing us from space. Even when they try and do the demonstrations and like take the globe and say, "Oh look, I've taken the lens and moving it away," you know that thing. It still doesn't comport with what they're showing based on space.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for composite imagery, there is no cope, right? Because I mean, but unless they show us, before CGI existed, here's photos. But then you could just say that's a painting because
it's not that. Film cameras are still able to be used in a big warehouse, correct?
Mm-hmm. Regular
So
camera,
you
35
literally
millimeter.
take a large hanger, take cement for instance, throw the floor full of cement that is like lunar dust. I mean, I've actually shown people I can make lunar dust with damn overspray from paint. I did it.
Uh-huh.
Just slowed the frame rate down, and I stood on it, and it looked like lunar dust. Okay, you just need a very fine powder. Cement does that perfectly.
Yeah.
Black out the whole warehouse. You put the correct lighting in with a backdrop and props. There we go. It's your moon.
So, Flashlight, you work for NASA now?
Barney's your uncle.
Talc works well too. Did you know that?
Sorry?
So talc works really well too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Talcum powder. Perfect.
Shit, I used to go up by the talc mines when I was in California, and shit, it looks just like a lunar landscape, man. It does.
Do you leave footprints in it?
Yeah.
I hear a lot of them do it in like New Mexico. For Mars, at least. For Mars, they do it in Arizona and New Mexico.
Yeah, we have a place in Flagstaff where I used to live where they actually have those models built. And
But you know what?
Hey,
You
go
know
ahead.
what's funny though, when they get caught out with like the lunar rovers and stuff everywhere. No, we're just testing them out.
Oh yeah, we have to test them out on an environment that's nothing like Mars. It just looks like them.
I used to maintain the USGS building, and they have one of them in there. They have the rover just sitting there in the lobby. Yeah.
Test them out with lighting and production teams and everything.
So that's one of the biggest issue, even when I was a Glover still. Because I never really bought this whole moon landing rubbish, even when I was a Glover. The biggest issue for me was that they tested the LMs out on Earth, and they never ever got close to correct.
Never.
Okay. Never. Every time Neil Armstrong and them tried to test it, they destroyed it. Almost died.
Yeah. It flipped out.
The first time
They had to bail out.
The first time they go to the moon, perfect. No issues whatsoever.
But it was only 1/6 gravity. Of course it worked.
Yeah, but they replicated so-called 1/6 gravity on Earth. But they couldn't get the LEM to work properly. It was dangerous. But when the first time, without actually getting a successful test, they go and do the actual so-called mission and do it perfect.
In the most hostile environment imaginable, we'll go and just test out there because we can't
And
test
that's
that.
not to mention how fake the blast looked.
Yeah.
I
It's a
mean,
lot safer to do it with scale models.
Yeah, I mean, you can see confetti and things off the blast.
I have to agree with Moomin Rider, like what he was saying about greed. It's like he is a doofus.
Oh yeah.
It's like he just had to go against the opposite of anyone, whatever they were saying. He had to do the opposite of it.
But do you think he was taught that and believes it, or do you think he's faking? That's my question.
He literally came into.
He believes it.
He had to disrupt.
Yeah, but he believes that crap, right? Obviously.
Yeah, he believes that 2D is not 2D, 1D is not 1D.
But I mean,
it's not 3D.
he brings.
Is it hollow?
Wait. He brings up a citation that says this is a sphere because it's hollow inside. Okay. Then tells me this is not a sphere, but according to his citation,
how do we know the Earth isn't hollow inside? I mean,
Start digging.
I mean, hollow Earth would still be globe. It would just be something inside, right? So everything.
I'm going to predict something. If you start digging, you're going to get about 8.5 miles, and you're going to get stuck.
Question to the panel: when was the moment you realized the level Earth truth and fake space?
When my friend told me to search up. When my friend told me to search up real photos of Earth, and then
you couldn't find
the
it.
one that I literally brought to him. He clicked on the link and it said it was a composite, and I just lost it.
They all do.
For me, it was definitely in 2014 or early 2015.
When I got sent to the corner in school for contradicting what the teacher was saying, that's when I realized it.
Moment of realizing, yeah.
I don't think I ever believed space was real. I think I just kind of like believed it because everybody else did. You know, I never really believed it was real. But I don't know when it was. I don't know the exact moment.
I believe space is real, but I don't believe the moon landings or that they sent anything to space.
Yeah. When I was like 6, 7 years old. Yeah.
Why don't we give credit to the cameraman as the first person who landed on the moon?
Well, they left
he definitely got the picture.
Remember, they left him behind to pan up the camera as they went off with that confetti.
Yeah, really
yeah. They just left
him
really
back bad there? Shot.
Wow.
He's still there waiting to go back home.
Maybe they took off twice. Once to get the kid, just to get the film, and
man in the
time to get off.
Yeah. They had a mechanism on the side of the limb that actually supposedly sprung out and recorded it from the original one, the first one.
But you know, they had such perfect timing with the stand. The weird thing is they had did all this with a delay.
Yeah, with the delay. Gotta have a delay just in case.
And with the LM, that's the first time they're getting it right to be used.
Like landing on the moon, especially if you actually can. I don't know. I don't think you personally can. And I don't personally think you can see stars up there neither. So.
I also got a question though. Okay, when scuba divers have an oxygen tank, how long does an oxygen tank last?
About 2 hours.
How long does the oxygen tank for astronauts last?
Sorry, guys.
Definitely. They have a scrubber. See?
I didn't hear a fucking thing you said, Keith. I did not hear a thing you said, man.
How long does the astronauts' air supply last? About 22 hours?
Something like that, yeah.
Don't you think that's a bit odd? Why don't they use that technology for scuba divers?
Why don't they use that suit technology for firefighters?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Why don't they use the material for the lunar crafts for anything heat resistant since it's so hot?
Yeah, I mean, since all the materials they used on there is able to withstand its curry point, its melting point.
You have to love gold aluminum foil. It's the best.
Reynolds Wrap rocks, man. There's a reason my surname is Reynolds, guys.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with your family, right? It's just because of aluminum foil.
Illuminati confirmed. You see.
Yeah. Weird Al Yankovic actually made a song 10 years ago called Foil. Halfway through it literally just becomes a conspiracy song. It's like 2 minutes. And it says the moonland was faked and stuff.
I remember him in the 80s copying Michael Jackson and that.
The aluminum foil hat is real. It's not a joke. It's a psyop to make it seem like the joke.
Well, didn't you look at the lunar rovers? The Mars rovers, the cable ties they used on there. I mean, it's like $1 billion cable ties that they used on the Mars rovers. How is a cable tie supposed to withstand those harsh conditions?
Plastic would not survive space. We all know.
Definitely not. The heat from even entry into an atmosphere would burn it up real quick.
But I was made it. What $1 billion do you need to invent a cable tie?
Well, here's
it must be really good.
I'm going to tell you about cable ties in the sun and plastic in the sun. When I lived out in Death Valley, we used like zip ties to try to hold up our plants to the stakes and shit like that, right? And after a short period of time, those things had become so brittle you could just touch them and they would break. I found this one of them red and white cooler thermoses somebody had left out in the sand. And there it was setting, and under the sand, the part that was under the sand was perfectly red. The other part of it, as soon as I touched it, it just fell apart. the part that have been exposed to the sun. That plastic and that rubber's not going to last up there, babe. That's not happening.
Yeah.
But inflatable tires wouldn't exist. None of that.
They didn't have the technology to fake it, but they had the technology to go there. Amazing.
But gravity.
But gravity. Yeah.
It was an 8-bit Nintendo as a computer.
I mean, but surely Scotch tape's all right. Oh, there you go. Gravity. Nice.
There it is, right there, gravity.
Gaffer tape and Scotch tape. Surely that's strong enough.
Fortified with refraction. It's fortified.
Oh my goodness.
Fortified.
Fortified with refraction.
Idiot.
And held together by parallax.
Yes. Refractor Gravelax, new from Kellogg.
I wouldn't be surprised if there were because there's actually, you know, that movie The Lorax where they buy air. People actually buy air now, right? I mean, it's been happening like with oxygen for years, right? But I actually believe, there's probably gonna be people who are gonna buy like gravity, like from space gravity or something like that, or dark matter. You're just buy a vial of dark matter. Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna
guys,
buy
there's cable cars in the Moon rover, on the Mars rover, sorry.
Oh jeez.
Be mad. I'm gonna buy that with my Nate. I'm gonna buy that with my dark money. That's what I use.
You got dark money and dark matter.
Only says 15,000 in there, right? But I've actually got 1 million. They didn't count in the dark money. See?
So I can see it on the NASA
play
set.
the globe. If you're in the globe, you gotta play the globe.
I can see it on the NASA set. They run down to Ace Hardware to get new parts for their limb. So they're running
Jeep for their Land Rover.
Sorry, actually.
My question is though, what happens to like plastics and stuff in a vacuum?
They implode.
Become brittle.
Yeah, they become liquid. Because there's air bubbles in it, so that's the problem.
All right, we gotta fix the space shuttle. So somebody go down to Home Depot. I need some duct tape, curtain rods, and a box.
That was definitely Harbor Freight, bro. It was definitely Harbor Freight.
Imagine
That's also the way they lie to people. They say we're just doing a test. You know, to some people, it's like this is just a test to make sure it's going to run perfect. So then they are thinking it's a simulation now. They're running a simulation. In the meantime, they're recording for the real thing. Then later on, they say, "Oh yeah, we know actually in the moon, but the simulation was done months ago." So those people think, yeah, okay, it's really on Mars now. In the meantime, it was on Earth, and they were acting out a simulation.
Well, because they can't show you the actual thing, because then you'd be able to see something that you're not supposed to see. God forbid that happens.
Notice how the globe is still unable to come and show us space. I mean, 141 votes, guys. Is space real? Yes, and I will prove it to you. 26%.
They're making promises they can't keep.
Yeah.
I can't show you, but I know it's
violates national law. 68%, and I'm unsure. Let's talk about it. 6%.
Nice. Chris, I think that came back in a remote control helicopter. The 35mm film. Yeah, they got that back in a remote control helicopter. I think that's what it was. Not a problem for them. Yeah.
I remember watching their test when they tested the helicopter in a vacuum chamber here, and part of the plastic blew off the fake vacuum chamber they had made. It was just flopping around. I think they messed up on that one too. They get caught messing up a lot.
Yeah, this is the 50 moon landings one.
Well, one of the windows fell off of one of those.
Moon landing at 50 debunks the conspiracy theories. Ooh. You guys want to watch some of this? It's only 4 minutes long.
Sure.
Good for it.
Good to stay. Oh, I can hear the music. Music, sorry.
Scary music.
Moon landing. Okay. The flag is flying and appears to flap, but there's no wind on the moon.
Theory.
Of course, no wind on the moon. There's no way to naturally make it sort of fly as you'd expect a flag to be. So instead, they created this mechanism that would keep the flag unfurled even without that wind, keep it sort of outstretched. Unfortunately, as the astronauts were installing it, the mechanism got a little bit jammed before it was completely unfurled.
Wow.
The AC turned on.
Wait. I think I know what they could say. And because there's no air resistance, it just carried on flapping.
Let's see.
I'm just scared of the music, though.
You go to copyright.
All the way.
Yeah.
So this means that the flag does have sort of a permanent ripple in it, a ripple that doesn't move, doesn't change, but it is always there.
See? Permanent ripple.
Forever and ever. I'm gonna get my telescope out and look for
it. We used wire, and we wired it up so it would look like it was rippling. It worked very good. But
yeah, why isn't anyone? Has anyone
zoomed? Why are they debunking though? Isn't it just more like, let's make excuses?
Yeah, exactly. That's what most. Because when you search up space conspiracies, this is the only other one I could find. Because it's all moon landing. They never want to talk about space.
It's really weird. It sounds more like to me just excuses. Oh, sorry. Excuses.
I want to know. Sorry, but
yeah.
I want to know what kind of RC technology they have. I really want to know how they can get the remotes to work on Mars and the moon when they're doing these rovers from Earth. I don't get it. I try to figure it out in my head.
Same technology Nixon used to talk to Armstrong, obviously.
Well, here's the problem. They say it's a 1 to 6% atmosphere on Mars. Okay, and there's a reason that helicopters have a height limit or a ceiling here on Earth, and that's because at a certain altitude the air becomes too thin to achieve any lift with the rotary wing. Okay, so how in the hell are you flying any kind of a helicopter in a 1 to 6% atmosphere? Come on, man.
There's not enough air pressure to get any lift.
Yeah. No.
Well, not just that. How do they have dust?
The helicopter's attached to a boom.
Wait, how do they have dust devils on the moon?
Right.
With that environment, it's impossible.
Yep.
Yeah, and I've seen a film of that. I'm pretty sure I have.
You get dust devils all over the place in the desert, though.
I was going to say, how do you have space dust if you don't have atmosphere? I don't get that.
I mean, you need quite a hot uprushing air to give a dust devil. That means you actually need air. The moon, Mars doesn't have any air. How the hell does it have a dust devil?
Additionally to this, when those astronauts were originally installing that flag, as they knocked the flag, that caused that momentum, caused that flag to look like it was moving a little bit, even though there was, again, no wind.
Of course. That explains it all now.
Well, that's what you have to say.
Reset back to 10, I don't know, what, 20 years ago? Back to being a glober, back to being heliocentric, back to being indoctrinated. That's it. I'm off, guys. Convinced.
He just knocked it, man. Wow.
Okay, next one. The radiation in the Van Allen belts would have killed the astronauts. No, because I think it was gamma ray. So you would have to be long enough to be in there. But the problem is that not even the astronauts knew about the Van Allen radiation belts, which is odd.
Oh, no, they didn't. Mr. Bean was sweating pretty hard, though, wasn't he?
But
we didn't know.
Because if you briefed on a mission on something, you get briefed on every single aspect of your mission. Okay, so you have every detail. They didn't even know about it.
If you get too much gamma radiation, too, as we've seen by Dr. David Banner, you can become the Hulk. You will.
Wow. But remember, like Neptune says, there was paper. It protected them.
Yep.
Yep.
I like it.
That's why they have paper mache on, guys.
I'm glad I'm listening. I'm getting the best laugh I've had all day. Thanks.
Jesus.
Okay, Debatable D's in the house. What's up, man?
Oh.
Got it. It's the Van Halen belt, man. It's got it bad, got it bad, got it bad. I'm hot from NASA.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. How's it going?
That's good, it's good. So I just had to change mic from a different device.
No stress.
Just thought I'd come in to say hi, and I don't really have much to like debate or prove or anything, but I thought I'd just come hi and be like, hey, a Glober can join the panel and say hello. So
hey, you're awesome, man. I do like you. You're quite cool. You just hang around there. No stress.
I'll interject a little here, a little there, you know, whatever.
Okay, no, that's cool. What are your thoughts on the Van Allen belt, sir?
Well, my understanding is it's only like 200 sevs of radiation. So like, I haven't looked that much into it.
Well, I think the issue with the Van Allen radiation belts would be more on the equipment, like the foam they had. I think that would be more of the issue than actually, because they wouldn't have too long exposure to actually get sick or killed from the radiation.
Yeah, it could, but I mean, we coat electronics even here on Earth to protect against EMF interference or radiation as well with various materials. So.
Yeah, but not in the 1960s.
Oh, we knew about Faraday cages and tinfoil
sir,
films. And
did
things
you
like
ever
that.
watch the video that shows the computer system they used on the lab?
No, I
haven't. You may want to.
Martin Haley says, love Soft's channel. Can you tell him, please? Soft, I love your channel, man.
Thank you.
Soft, we love you.
Yeah, we love all of you guys too, guys. Please hit the likes, share the show if you haven't already. Appreciate you all. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed, do so. Okay, let's go. But yeah, I don't really bring up the Van Allen radiation belt argument because first, space has to be provided as real before we can claim the stuff in Narnia to be real. You understand? So it's not really something I would bring up as an argument, to be honest.
Yeah,
debatable.
This is why I didn't want to go to these videos. Kind of is because they also straw man the arguments, right?
Yeah, the music.
Yeah, okay.
I gotta hand it to the debatable B. He actually has a lot of faith to believe in the globe. I gotta hand him props.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna argue it or anything. Like if like I recently heard a quote from Keanu that was just like, he said he's at his point in life where someone tells him 2 + 2 is 5, and his response is just like, cool, man, you do you, that's awesome. So like for me, it's more like discussion, and like if we disagree, then cool. If someone thinks what I think is belief, then cool. I might not see it that way. That's fine, you know. All I know is we each have our own experiences. I have my experiences, life experience, or you know how I grew up, where I studied, what I've done for work, and all that, and that informs my view of things. And I mean, everyone has their own things. So as long as we just chat about it, it's all good.
Yeah, I totally agree. And is it fair to say, Flatzoid, that I actually kind of like joined this whole thing? Not just your stream, but because I also watched you for a while before I joined, but because I actually wanted to hear better the arguments and get more into the community. Because like being a flat earther is kind of hard, right? Not hard, but it's societally, I would say it's kind of like ostracized, right? So it's like, I'm really here for the argument, not for the discussion, like you said, yeah.
No, it makes sense, yeah. But like I said, that's why I said debatable is more than welcome, yeah. Yeah, we don't agree.
I know. I make some salty, sassy comments sometimes, you know, to be funny or to like joke a bit. And I think sometimes people pick up wrong on it, like that it's trolling or whatever. Like it's not always meant to be like that. But you know, just
hey, you know, debatable D, you're a good guy, no matter what they say about you.
Thanks, man. I try. And if I'm not, then you know, hey, tell me, and we can work it out.
But yeah,
I think I like gravitated more to like Flatzoid's channel generally, because I mean I'm from South Africa as well, and so like a lot of the background, and when Flatzoid talks about where he's gone to school or his background or things like that, like there's a lot more relatable stuff there. So like sometimes I can kind of see where his point of view might be coming from. And I mean, I've also got people I grew up with and family members who share similar opinions and beliefs, you know, not always the same things, but, you know, similar stuff. So like, there's a bit of experience there of like connecting with people in different ways. So yeah.
No, you just like watching me braai, man.
So what you what?
Braai.
Braai. O yes, nou gaan ons lekker stry oor wie beste braai het, nee. Ja, ja.
I'm still building my Boma though. Hopefully I get time sometime. Man. But yeah, it's cool to have you on, man. Like I said, yeah, we can definitely disagree on things. It's not going to change anything. It's just when we get these people on that are just, yeah, actually to troll and disrupt, that's when we get really pissed off. Because it's like, fine, if you want to disagree, you can have a conversation, but I mean, be honest about the things, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think like all I'll say is I'll be as honest as I can about what I know. So I just hope, just as I'll try my best to not accuse someone of lying because they may not know something. I just ask for that in return, basically. So.
Yeah. Okay, so this is another one. They say the moon has one source of light, but the shadows go in different directions. Okay, it's the first time I heard that one. Let's see what they talk about that.
The moon's surface itself is very bumpy, very lumpy, lots of craters and mountains, things like that. So the sun, when it bounces off that surface of the moon, it can sometimes bounce off in a few different directions caused by all those uneven surfaces. And this makes some of those shadows look like they're coming from...
That's where they're talking about the spectral lights coming in different directions. So the excuse is it's reflecting off the different surfaces.
So yeah, so it's different.
Or it could just be those photos were taken in a studio with studio lighting.
That's more likely.
I do love how they are very confident in saying it debunked, but I don't see what they're debunking. It's more like you know what it reminds you of? Someone gets caught in the act of, let's say, robbing a store. And now they're in court and they're asking them questions about it. And instead of just conceding to it, those people that did the robbing say, yeah, let's make excuses to why I did it.
That's better than the original.
What's Self holding up there? That's cool.
I want one. Did you buy that or make it?
I hope you got proper aluminium and some.
So I'm saying that's neater than the original.
That's actual.
Somebody forgot the gold foil.
I built this. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's actually amazing. I thought you bought that. That actually looks amazing.
No, I made this. I painted it and everything.
That craftsmanship is actually better than the real LM. You know that?
Wow.
And the little scale astronauts won't fit through the little hatch hole. They're too big. Hatch hole that was connected. Now, if you didn't have the spacesuit on, you could get through that hole. But with those spacesuits on, there's no way to get through that hole. So that means that they had to put their spacesuits on inside of this thing that there was only room for 2 people.
Nice.
No, but solved they held their breath, jumped outside, stuck the spacesuit on, then jumped out.
Yeah, if you go quick, it doesn't hurt you, remember?
Yeah. As long as you
like all those movies.
But yeah, I heard that argument.
As soon as they turn the air off, then you instantly drop to the ground like there's a gravity.
But I've heard that argument as well, where they say to scale it doesn't work. They're not able to fit through there with their spacesuits on. But yet, that's where they climbed in and out. Really odd stuff.
I've had showers smaller than that.
On the lunar scape too. It's got the little reflector for the laser, and there's some other kind of thing on there that they have. And I still have to paint the flag and put it. I'm going to make it a Nazi flag.
Yeah, there was no room for the buggy. They just choppered that in later. You know, they choppered.
Yeah, nothing's to scale. I mean, nothing works when it's put to scale like that. Like I said, I don't know how the hell they even got into the thing from the capsule. in order to have gone down to the moon in it.
I know how they did it because that's why they did it in tinfoil and paper mache.
Right. Yeah.
So they can quickly open it, climb in, and just quickly seal it with some duct tape.
Nice.
Yeah.
Perhaps different directions that you're not expecting. Additionally to this, there is actually a little bit of light that we receive on the moon from the Earth itself. Some of the sun's...
It's just reflections, they claim.
Blah, blah, blah.
There's a little bit of light. Is that what you said? There's a little bit of light. Does that make any sense to you?
Light will bounce off all those blue oceans, and that will cause something called Earthshine, which also illuminates the moon a little bit from another direction.
Okay. Just a little bit, okay.
Speaking of moonshine, wait, Earthshine, moonshine.
Moonshine?
I am drinking a beer though, a Polish beer. It's very nice.
Oh, nice.
Just a heads up.
I've still got a quarter of my rum from my birthday. I haven't touched it yet.
Really? It's been that long, dude.
It's been that long. Yeah, but remember, I'm busy cutting now as well, so I'm definitely not going to drink any alcohol. So
that makes sense.
It's sitting there. It's aging good.
I finished my Glenfiddich 25 year like a little while ago. Yeah, that was really good.
See, that was the thing with me, man. When I was drinking, I went over to a guy's house one time and he says, "Hey, you want a shot of whiskey?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So we opened up the cupboard and there's a bottle of Jack Daniels there. He pours a shot, puts it back up in there. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He said, "Yeah, I've had this since Christmas." And I'm like, "What? That wouldn't have lasted me till the day after Christmas. What the fuck are you doing?" You know, I was like, I could not understand that the whole concept of having liquor and not drinking.
Yeah.
But Flatswood, have you heard that joke about rum? Like, when you're drinking rum, what's the difference between drinking it like Jack Sparrow and drinking it like a homeless guy on the street? The paper bag you wrap it in.
That's a good joke. Yeah, nice one.
That's a good one. Oh, man. There's no blast crate at the landing module site. I've heard this as well. But if the moon surface is mostly just like loose sand and things, shouldn't there be a blast site? Even if you're claiming there's no atmosphere for it to,
100%
push around it. Because also, if you actually look at the video footage, it does show a lot of pushback, blowback. So there should be a crater.
Yep. Yeah, because
my question is, go ahead. Yeah, how do they actually get the thrust to begin with? That's my question. What are they burning, dude? All the way from here to there.
Well, they've got their own oxidizers, but the issue is I've never seen a rocket propel in a vacuum yet.
Not even in a video. No.
Is that salmon?
Me neither.
It looks like salmon.
Yeah.
Nice. Salmon's so expensive here. Well, if you want good quality salmon, it's quite expensive.
Especially, like farm raised, all that stuff, especially with like chickens. You really want your animals full of drugs? Me personally, no.
Roger Ledwell, thank you for your $10 super chat, man. You rock. I wonder who this Roger is. I declare it to Interstellar Day. God bless everyone and for Chan A support. Thank you for your channel support. You rock, man.
Goddamn computer.
Really
you're welcome.
There we go. Thank you very much. Okay. But yeah, the blast crater I think should be showing.
If a module of that size were to try and land softly on the Earth, you probably would see a very large blast crater caused by all the retro rockets, all the thrust being fired in the opposite direction to slow the spacecraft down. However, on the moon there is much lower gravity, so much less of that backwards thrust is needed to slow the spacecraft down, so not enough to actually cause a crater at all.
Wait. I think I've got to quickly get something. Oh, man.
He's talking my head off now. He said daddy earlier.
You talking, Roger. I ain't stupid.
I want to see if I can get that footage.
I wish I could do that.
Authentic footage. Landing on the moon. I think it's this one. Someone's coming in. Oh, Dave.
I don't know what's going on here. My shit keeps rebooting on me and shit. I don't know what's going on here today.
That's a few times.
It says mice and the penguins. They're messing with your computer in the middle of the night. They're tweaking it a little bit.
Those damn penguins from Antarctica.
It's crazy. Even Admiral Byrd had like a little thing called the Penguin Club, and it has like a weird Freemason sign on it.
Culty sign.
Penguins are actually the guys in tuxedos. That's how they dress up as penguins. That's why they wear tuxedos.
Yeah.
We have a truck stop in a hotel in Arizona. It's called Little America, and they have a huge penguin on their logo. Yeah, I think they based it off Bird's trip down there.
Yeah. Okay.
That's right.
Quickly watch this. Okay.
It sounded like McToon. Was it somebody let McToon in?
Don't insult my granddaughter like that, dude.
But look at this though. You're gonna start seeing the dust lifting up everywhere, okay, as it's landing. Oh no. So that means there's thrust pushing off of the ground.
Must be.
So that means there would be a crater.
I mean, yeah. Unless if it's just so slowed down to the point where it doesn't even make it.
This is so fake.
Yeah.
I want to show you guys something. Just based on this, okay? Look at the scale of this moon looks here. Doesn't it look like a model?
Yeah.
It is a model. They made a big model and put.
You know how they made this, by the way? Yeah, you know they made this. The idiots were so clever. They left the rail system that the camera jig was sitting on around the moon's model. Afterwards, they commissioned artists to build a moon model, and they have it in a warehouse, and they left the dolly on a jig system that literally goes around it, and that's how they get this. You can even see how it goes out of focus because it is so close to the moon, and then back into focus. Look, the scale doesn't work.
It's weird, and then people will show other clips where the aircraft is moving about, and it's like you don't think they can splice it together. Mm-hmm. It's not all one cohesive thing. So, yeah.
Well, they weren't counting on the general public catching on to that, but the people in the industry did. So.
I just feel like it's kind of weird. Like, I mean, I watched 2001: A Space Odyssey. It actually looks way better.
Yeah, and look, you can see this is stop motion. There you go. Stop motion.
I feel like anyone watching this would have said it's
the way it maneuvers.
It's stop motion. Literally stop motion. Then.
Yeah.
How can people say that's real?
Because there's no wires, but you know.
Glober or not? I mean, like I said, when I was a Glober, I looked at that and was like, what?
They need to physically see stuff. That's why I like the ISS videos of them and the harnesses.
Mm-hmm.
That you can't see before this, way back. He used a FOIA request to get all the footage he gets.
Yeah, Dilly Girl rocks.
All right.
Look him up.
Well, I still don't believe it happened, okay?
There's many more pieces of evidence to back up that the Apollo 11 moon landings happens. One of the things was that they brought back a huge amount of lunar rock.
The petrified wood, y'all.
You mean petrified wood from the petrified forest?
Look, guys,
Yeah.
The people are standing there like they're at a hospital and they got a rock in an incubator.
It's radioactive.
Yeah, that looks real. That's look, it looks just like you. It has your eyes.
And then they have the petrified wood thing going on. And no, it works.
Which space rock is the real one? Oh, jeez.
That's from somebody who had a wild night at a rock concert, and that was they had a baby from it.
Doesn't that just look like normal rock that they picked up? I mean, the picture's in black and white as well, so you can't really see.
It is just a rock.
That's what makes it so deceptive about
rock with a bit of doubt on it.
Is because nowadays we can obviously see things more clearly and are able to, we can't make excuses. But they were very, they could obviously make excuses why it just looks bad, just terrible.
Lunar samples that have been thoroughly tested in labs to prove that they are
thoroughly tested. Do you realize these people are looking with a microscope through a box?
I wonder if I could see the dust particles from the lunar dust.
Moon rock. You just
I've got a question.
Orbit in, And
I've got a question. When somebody does, how can I put it? Sampling of something, they break off a piece and they take that sample to a lab, and they put that sample under a microscope. Correct?
Yeah.
This guy's looking with a microscope through a perspex or glass box.
Oh.
With reflections and refraction.
Oh, yeah, I just realized that because it has to be inside the box because it's radioactive. Wow. I love this.
Yeah.
Stanley Kubrick clearly didn't help with this part.
They even use duct tape to fix their medical equipment.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, jeez. I didn't even realize that.
I mean, that's probably reconditioned lamb.
Fair enough. I mean, I don't was this a mission sponsored by aluminum foil? Because they even got more down there with the rocks.
Reynolds Aluminum sponsored him.
Yeah, it must have been. Like, when did aluminum foil come out? I'm sorry, it came out like the year before.
So Flats' family is getting rich off of this.
Yeah.
That's how he can do his channel. He's a shill. We know it.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the payout somewhere, but I don't know when it's going to come.
Yeah.
You can quit the channel too and just go party.
Additionally to that, the Apollo 11 astronauts left some mirrors on the surface of the moon. Mirrors that we can actually fire lasers from here on Earth.
Oh, the same so-called that you could do with lasers before they even so-called landed on the moon and got the same results? Weird. Because the Russians did this before you even landed on the moon.
Yep. Yep. And this is the whole thing too. I've heard all these stories, right? Like the United States spent, billions of dollars to develop a pen, a ballpoint pen that could work in a zero-G environment. You know what the Russians did? They took a pencil, right? They spent billions of dollars trying to figure out a way to have a vacuum hooked up to a way for them to shave and shit, right? You know what the Russians did? They put shaving cream on, shaved, and wiped it off on a towel.
It's as simple as that.
I mean, it's just overcomplicating. This is the thing, engineers and American engineers. I was just reading a thing. Even the French were terrible, and the English as well. I was just looking at a thing that they didn't want to take the contract to build the Suez Canal because they thought it would be impossible to stack dirt on the edges of the canal on a curved surface on a globe. They literally thought that shit.
Well, it's built today, and that's one of the main things that shows.
Right.
Never overflows. Never, it's just perfectly flat. Longest canal. It's amazing.
Yeah, here.
Look at the Suez Canal, guys. Okay. That is like a very, very, very long stretch of level, flat water.
It says, according to this 19th century newspaper article, some of the English engineering firms who were invited to tender for the construction of the Suez Canal declined because they thought it would be impossible to hold up huge sandbanks on the Earth's curved surface. De Lesseps, French engineer who finally did the job, assumed that the Earth was flat and conducted the canal accordingly. In consequence of this, the Act of UK Parliament was passed, the Railways Power and Construction Amendment Act of 1870, and has not since been repealed, forbidding any engineer invited to tender for the construction of railways and canals to make any allowance for the curvature of the Earth's surface.
Wow, that's a good find.
You're telling me a guy came in, he said, no, it's flat, let me build it right. He built it, and then they said, no, you can't do that anymore.
Right?
Gee.
I'm gonna put that
Like
over.
you can tell God what to do, right?
Wow.
And we'll put it over here.
And you know what? If you think about it, this would be perfect for the Globies to go to the Suez Canal, take their theodolites, and show us this Earth curve. Because they claim water curves over, following Earth's curvature. So it's a very long stretch of flat water that they should be showing curve.
In all fairness, right now it could be a little dangerous to go.
Yeah, it probably would be.
That's where you
I
put
got-
the helmet,
I
man.
just wanted to say one small thing with Sov, that story about the whole ballpoint pen and graphite pencil, like, granting space and all that just amuse me. But the one problem with that story, and why, like, I'm aware that it's an old wives' tale basically, is that graphite's conductive. So if as you're sharpening your pencil, any pieces of graphite were to get in anywhere, you have no control of what could conduct anything. So graphite's pretty not great to have graphite shavings falling into computers or things like that.
Well, that's assuming that they used a wooden pencil, right?
No, not the wood.
I use pencils in drafting all the time that were mechanical. You just put the lead in the pencil. You have different size lines you have to make, so you have different leads.
Yeah, I've done drafting, and what you end up with is a fine layer of graphite that forms, because graphite shaves off layers of graphite. So like a layer goes onto the paper, and then other pieces of the layers can slide off, and then basically makes like a dusty film. That you blow in on.
Never had that problem. Not even on vellum. Never had that problem.
I was a very messy draftsman.
It was a
I would always
bitch
put
to
smudges
remove the
over my
lines.
paper.
But
No, you get a little film, and you have no idea where those particles could go if granting all the rest.
So
Anyway, I just wanted to point
never had any of that problem whatsoever. In fact, it was a bitch to get the lines to come off if you made a mistake.
You're much cleaner draftsman than me. I always had to pop in with the eraser and clean everything off afterwards.
I've got a draft. I use a drafting pencil all the time because the pencil doesn't break as easy because it's like a thick lead. It's not.
It's 2H instead of 4.
Well, with mine I can get multiple different types. It's those Mars Techno, or Technico Statler pencil. It's made of metal, the whole pencil, but the lead is like I think it's like 0.7 millimeters or something, or is it 2 millimeter, or I can't remember. It's really thick though. I think it might be 2 millimeters thick.
Wouldn't it be better if they spent their time engineering like the consoles so they would be airtight to begin with, so they wouldn't get any like moon dust inside their consoles and stuff like that?
The only thing that really needs to be engineered is your mind. Your mind. That's all they're really engineering.
Well, to address the point about making it airtight, then it reduces repairability. It's kind of like in your computer, right? You've got a computer case. You can make it nice and airtight, but then you get other issues like when it comes to airflow. You can make it like dampen it for noise, make it airtight if you want, or seal it, and then you get issues with like being able to open it easy to like replace parts or to clean out the dust or whatever it is that you have to do with it. So like everything when you engineer something has a trade-off, and it's always a balance of trade-offs no matter what you're doing. There is no one
water's
perfect
okay
solution.
for electronics, right?
Well, you put like most electronics have a thin film resin layer. I think it's not resin, it's a thin film coating that goes over top.
Conformal coating, yeah. I'm an electronic engineer, so yeah, I know all about that.
Yeah, but you still wouldn't want free water floating and running all over electronics
and that's what they do in the ISS all the time.
Play with water.
They let water spray everywhere and float around like it's all okay.
And I would think it would be worse though in 0G, because if that water goes into it, it's going to stay there. It's not going to run away.
Yeah. No, it'll lay on. Yeah.
I don't know what their solution. I don't know what their solution is for that. I've just heard that it's frowned upon by mission control when the astronauts do that, but I don't know what their solution is.
But also, why would the wiring system be so, like we were like to say, Diamakar, very messy? I mean,
well, I've been in my fair share of network. I mean, you see all these nice pictures of Google's networks today, right? Because these high-profile server rooms, right? And the whole point is that they offer service to clients. So keeping it neat and tidy is paramount. However, the company I worked with, like, we had our own server room, and then what would happen is, like, we just adding servers and removing servers, doing upgrades, rewiring as crap happens. Yeah, there's trunking and stuff, but like that doesn't protect you from kind of the mess that occurs.
Because if you're not going to know what cable's what, if it's just all messed up.
Well, one of the problems you get, for example, is you install, let's say, your first server for your first application that's running, and this application is serving very nicely to do something very simple. When someone's authentic, like you'll know, Keith, whenever you go to any business, any place, you have to like sign a little book to say you're coming in, or when you're driving through the boom gate, then they like scan your ID or your whatever it is, and that thing will talk to a server, and you sell this to your clients and you promise them uptime and all this stuff, and you start your business with that one little server sitting there, and because you're racing, you've only got one dev, you've got this situation, you want to keep that server up and running, so then you install a second one, but you don't dare unplug the first one, right? And so what you end up with is a whole bunch of like legacy cables. And by the time you realize, oh, we need to improve this, you have to rather do like a lift and shift of moving everything over to another platform. And it's kind of, that's what in my mind at least would explain why you see such a mess. You don't just have one organized team. It's like if I've worked with where we have 4 developers sitting and we work on a product. But before we joined the company, and we joined staggered, like I've been there a year, PT's been there 2 years, Johan's been there 3 years, blah, blah, blah. But over a 10-year, 15-year period, there's been 25, 30, 40 devs through that. And each one has his own little opinion about this and his little opinion about that, and they fight about this and they fight about that. And one reorganizes it one way, and then another one reorganizes it a different way. So that's, in my mind at least, I can imagine that happening over a long period when it comes to cabling, organization, preferences, all of that stuff.
Yeah, but I think when it comes to like things at the ISS, they got to be very organized, because they got to know what's what. It doesn't matter if there's 25 different engineers on the same thing, because they need to know if this network's out with this cable, I got to know where to follow that cable. It's the same as when you're doing wiring with a car or something. It's usually labeled, so you know what's going on.
I worked in the industry for a while, and I came in, we put in fiber optics for a while, and we used troughs when they laid in new lines. So they're very strict with it. You have to keep it in the trough, and when you tie down power and everything else, they regulate it. They came in behind us and made sure that we had all the new servers we were putting in were in the troughs properly organized. It wasn't that big of a mess. Now, maybe in older phone switches and stuff like that, like where there's engineers that have been there for 15, 20 years, like you said. But when we came in and installed new stuff, they organized it a lot better. They could do that on the ISS just that easy.
I hear you, but what I mean is, if they were to build a new space station, I'm pretty sure that those specifications, those regulations, those rules that they make for themselves, like they'll learn from it, right? Just like you started getting troughs and good lining and good organization of cables after the fact. Like if you go today into some of these, I mean, there's still fax systems that are working today. And if you go into one of these old fax systems, I can promise you that thing is not reorganized and made to look pretty.
The thing is there's a safety issue there because it's a fire hazard. If there's some kind of
life and death.
If there's some kind of short that happens between all those cables and stuff, there's a big chance that the place will burn down. So I mean, even your guys that's mixed up and not perfect, like you say, if you had to have a safety officer come there and see that, he'll flag you guys because there's safety regulations you have to follow. And the ISS has to follow safety regulations as well.
Sorry, guys, I got to go. God bless.
Yeah, we're ending now anyway, but it was good to have you, man, Jeff.
Yeah, see you.
There's Jeff.
Just see you tomorrow night. Cheers, man. Blessings. Okay, so you guys have any closing statements to make? Or PJ, you got a show tomorrow morning again?
Yeah. 8 a.m. GMT. It's a testimony, I think. Testimony from that Almost False guy I did the other day. People know what I'm on about. Hey, Joe, good to see you. So, it's a testimony of some sort. He's an ex-satanic leader, part of the Illuminati.
Oh.
It's two-parter, so first part tomorrow. Yeah.
Awesome. I think that's going to be exciting. Yeah, guys, do subscribe to PJ and make sure to support his channel.
I'll put the link in up.
Yeah. Let's get him up to at least 500 subscribers. Come on, guys. We can do this.
Yeah, I'm 270. I think I'm on 270 on the door.
Yeah. We can do
Let's get there slowly.
And Ryan? Brilliant. Nice, Ryan. Thank you for your work, man. Got so much words as usual. And Nate?
Yeah, gonna put out that video that I showed yesterday, Epitome of Globetard. Probably tomorrow if I don't finish it today, but I'm probably gonna finish it today. The last thing I want to show though is the thing that Saab was talking about, how the Russians and the Americans are just terrible with each other.
Oh yeah, they hate each other.
This is something.
That's good.
This is the best. I share my screen right now. If that's what.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they work together. How's that?
Search up the most detailed satellite photo of Earth. They left in the Photoshop hand.
Oh no! Oh my word!
Oops.
Beautiful.
So
First thing that comes up. Yep. Russian satellite, megapixel. It you can't say this is a cloud, man. There's no way.
Russian satellite.
Oh no. Sergio, that's the link to his channel, his name there that you can see.
It was. Yeah, that was just something I found that was it's really bad. Anyways.
The name you see in his avatar, Sergio, that's his link.
So nobody has even attempted to come in except the two we had. At least we had two people come in today. That was or three actually. That was really cool.
That was cool. Okay, DD, what do you have to say, man? Any closing statements?
I don't know. Have a good time. Chill. Don't stress so much.
Okay, it's cool to have you on. You can come on more often, man. Even if you've got nothing to say, you can just chill.
Yeah, cool. Thanks.
Yeah. Always welcome. Okay, Dave, you gonna have a show?
We're gonna try to. If I can get this problem worked out with my computer, I definitely will. So stay tuned. We're gonna go into it and see if we can't clean it out. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know. It keeps rebooting on me. It's pissing me off.
It sucks when you have issues like that. And Roger and your granddaughter.
Oh yeah, we're doing good. She's learning how to walk, and she said "daddy" today. So
nice.
I'm proud of her. No. Yeah. She's trying to get out of her crib constantly, and that's been the issue. And she screams at me when she can't get out. Ah! Say hi, Flatsoid.
Was cool. So that's the picture you were talking about, Nate. Russian satellite. 121 megapixel image of Earth is most detailed yet. Look what they're claiming, guys. This is that one with the hand still. Pictures taken from the Electra, our #1 Russian weather satellite of Earth, are the highest detail images yet and come in at 121 megapixel. The color scheme comes from the image capture method, which combines data from 3 visible and 1 infrared wavelengths of light when it takes full-sized images of Earth every 30 minutes.
Full-sized image, so it's not a composite.
No, it's not composites,
Full
guys.
size? No way.
Full-sized image. And like you said, what's it showing on the...
I don't think it's gonna. I think you have to open up. You went too far.
The link I just put in, guys. That's Nate's link.
Yeah. There we go, guys.
It stands.
I've got a little bit of a rebuttal to that. Like I would argue that that's the Verge's screenshot from the website, because if you click the little source button,
probably,
then you can see the image on what's that, planet Earth, planet dash Earth or something.
Source.
So just as a from that perspective, there's no. My suspicion is they just screenshotted it instead of.
No, fair enough, because I have, but it's just weird that that's the first one that comes up when you search the most detailed photo.
Yeah,
that one doesn't show it.
I get that, but I also think it's the Verge, and the Verge is like the laughing stock of general. Like, I mean, has anyone ever seen their How to Build a PC video? It is laughable. It is so funny. The guy does everything wrong on how to.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, that's these guys.
Yeah. So
okay,
the Verge has a mixed history about how they do their reporting. It's a lot of copy paste. So.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, I just find this funny.
It is. Funny.
I think I'll look more into this. I want to see that. I think that's interesting.
Even as from my position, I think it's pretty funny as well to have a picture that's got the friggin' hand in, showing that you just screenshot it or couldn't be half-assed to do it properly. But
yeah, it's just weird. I don't know why.
Busy. I didn't have the time.
But shouldn't we be able to get it on the Russia's data?
Yeah, the wavelength.
Because usually you're able to get the different layers that you can layer over. Like you get the infrared layers and you get all the different layers that you can put into Photoshop. You get as raw data. So I've actually looked at the raw data.
It depends on the. I have no idea about this and what camera
also,
and what pixel, like what type of image.
If you were screenshotting it, why would the grabby hand tool?
Oh, there's a link. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I'm just saying from like a computer standpoint, like the grabby hand tool only really comes up when you're actually like editing or observing an image from a different point. So I don't know. That's just something, but I obviously throw that photo out, but it's just very funny. That's the first one that comes up.
I see in the article that they've got a link at the bottom that points to the Russian, or not Russian website, but Gigapan that has the image downloadable. I think I went there now. It shows 1.12 gigabytes.
Image. Okay. But yeah, well, I want to look into that. Okay. So
they know the show's almost over. Look at them.
Yeah. They're all like coming in now.
So guys, it was fun. At least it was great. Remember, tomorrow night I'm going to have
like and subscribe, and it's food time now.
Remember,
she says so too.
9 o'clock, I'm going to be having a debate discussion with PhD candidate on biblical cosmology, and then we'll have an after show. So,